and today is the day. So inside this little bottle we have not a lot of life, to be honest. It was a project that I did in Loch Raven. I took a bit of the water source and some of its sticks and stones, but it didn't seem to react the same way as my old maple syrup jar did. The life kind of died off, and you know, that's okay. That's why we experiment. And I drained the water, cleaned it out a bit, and added tap water. And I've let this tap water sit for about 2 days now. And that's just to let maybe if there was any potential chlorine or chemicals kind of like lower down and not be as strong as if it came out of the tap the same day. Now, the little experiment that I want to try that I mentioned in my previous videos is that I want to be able to take this bottle and have it flourish with life like I did with my maple syrup jar. And we all know this one. Let me just make some space here. And we all know the star of the show, the maple syrup resurrection jar. Now, I want to be able to take the life from some of the life from this jar into this jar and see if it's possible. Is it possible? I don't know. That's why this channel exists, because we're going to figure that out. So I'll be using, I'm going to go back to my tool station here. I'll be using a pipette to go in and pick some of the green life. If I can get some of the green algae and some of the bacteria and microorganisms that are living inside this jar to go into this one and survive, I'll then consider taking 1 or 2 of these creatures and putting them inside. Give them a little bigger space, and just to see whether or not that's even possible. It'll be quite a cool project. So that is what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to move him out the way, put him at the back. But yeah, so if I can get this whiskey bottle to be alive and thriving in the next couple of months, that will be a success. So what do you think? Do you think it's going to work? I don't know. Well, like I said, this channel exists for us to experiment and to see whether or not these things can actually happen. Why? No reason, just for fun. So I'm going to put on some time lapse and let's get cracking. Now, if you're into this sort of content, please hit that like, subscribe, leave a comment, share the video, do anything, trying to get this channel moving and grooving. And all I need is just the love and help support from you guys, because that's the most important thing for a channel, is the viewers. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. I know someone did comment about the paludarium, which sounds epic. I wonder if I can turn my moss rock wall into a paludarium. It's the one at the back there, but maybe I'll start a fresh one from new. Anyway, let's get this time lapse going. See, I'm gonna actually put some of that sand and dirt back in. Hopefully that carries some bacteria that help mature that little jar. Ooh, I think I caught an actual tiny invertebrate. Well, maybe that's a good thing. I wonder if I can fix this grass. You guys go back in. Let's see if I can fix that grass. The grass that's not growing anymore. Okay, so you know, there's many ways this could go. One, I've just destroyed my maple syrup jar ecosystem. And so I'll put the lid back on that. Okay, they seem pretty happy. And two, the life that I transplanted, because remember, there's going to be a lot of microorganisms that's going with some of that algae and maybe some eggs from some of the aquatic invertebrates. But now this actually has chance to have oxygen being created because of the algae. Because I do know that this algae, it's got to be the game changer for this maple syrup jar. It's the reason why it's staying alive, is that it's getting enough oxygen from that algae. And lucky it's the type of like furry algae that it's not that spot hard algae. I'm lucky enough that that's happened. But look how active that maple syrup jar is. But let's hope that this happens in this jar. I would love to see it full of life. I would love to see it come alive. And this was quite fun. Now, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen here? And only nice comments, please. You know, this is all fun and experiments, but let's hope that we have similar life inside this whiskey jar that hopefully I can have as a feature one day. Maple syrup jar is full of life. We just need to get the sagamore right that way. Now, I want to show you something. I created this, and this is going to help me get into these sort of areas. So let's try and clean some up while we have the bottle open. You see how I can get underneath here? Get the windows. Ooh, just misses the edge. Okay. I'll have to redesign one that can actually go a little bit further out. But, okay. Now, all we have to do is close up and hope for the best. Let's see whether or not we can actually transplant this life from jar to jar, from bottle to bottle. Pretty cool. Now that we've got that algae inside there, let's hope that makes a huge difference. Like I said, I think I did capture one invertebrate. We'll see what happens. I'm actually going to try and get another single invertebrate in there, because I think the one that's in there is going to be lonely, if they even get lonely. Okay, there you go. Now you got a friend. See, that's how nice I am. I even give him a friend. Let's lock this back up. all we have to do now is wait. And as usual, I'll keep you guys updated. Cool, well, let's see what happens in a few weeks. We upload a new video and I'll give you an update to see whether or not it was a success or a complete failure. Only time will tell, but you know, that's what this channel's about. Experiments. It's awesome though. They are like little fish tanks.